Yo, what's going on, everybody? Y'all know what it is. It's your girl, Maura Ash. Good morning. Of course, it's another amazing day. We right here with you on B96 The Block. I'm bringing in another amazing talent. Of course, my team is not here today, but shout out to DJ Mohawk of the Atlanta Hawks, Ali Brathwaite behind the scenes, and of course, my co-host Naja, who's absent in attendance this morning, but it's all good. I got Young Taz in the building with me today. What's going on this morning?
Hey, vibing, man. Just chilling. Can't complain.
All good. Did I wake you up?
Yeah, you did, but hey, get to work. Like I said, we got to work.
And them opportunities be knocking on the door. You got to get up real quick.
Yeah,
Early bird get the worm. You did.
can't miss it. I can't miss these opportunities for sure.
Well, look, I appreciate you for being here. I want to go ahead and kick this thing off. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Who is Young Taz? Who? How did you get into music and what you're doing, and what brought you to the artistry and the artist that you are today?
Um, I'm a little Haiti baby. I'm from Miami. I'm a Florida boy. I stay in Orlando though. That's like my second home for sure.
Okay.
What really got me into music was Lil Wayne, Soldier Slim, BG. I always just like the vibe of their music, they craft, the way they interacted with their fans, and how you could just feel their energy through the music. And I just always thought, well, not thought, I know I could do the same thing. Like when you listen to my music, you could hear the energy, you could hear the story, do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I always love poetry. I always like writing books. So I was just like, let me just start doing music, and I fell in love with it. Fell in love with the craft. Fell in love with the art. So.
Love it. So I definitely saw in the form that you completed for me that you put in there that you definitely were into poetry and things of that
Yeah.
nature. So how did poetry help you with being creative and being able to create the bars and basically transfer that into rap?
Cause poetry, I feel like you go more into detail and like you'll have different kind of wordplay. So instead of just hearing, simple wordplay that you hear nowadays in music, you could be more versatile with it because you're writing poetry versus just writing lines on a rap song. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different.
Hmm.
Poetry, you actually put your feelings into it. You put details like you could write a poem about a rock and you don't need things about a rock. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine if you put that on a beat. That would be crazy. Like you'll be like, yo, this artist is talented. So I mean that's how I put like one and two together. I'm like, okay. So if I know how to write poetry right now, I try to do it on a beat. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's how I always start.
absolutely. I love that. So what is one thing that you would say as a child that shaped you and that you were able to take with you into adulthood that really benefited you? So I would say something that you learned early on, like maybe something that somebody taught you early on that like really benefited you as an adult.
I guess I could say being self sufficient. Depending on yourself. Learned that early on because my mom had a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? So she couldn't tend to every one of us at the same time always. So I just learned how to, be dependent on myself. So when you do that, you really say when you lose the passion for something, you have to like you'll depend on yourself to have the discipline to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like that depending on myself kept me disciplined and it kept me motivated even when it was no motivation. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one thing for sure that helped me keep going as an adult, learning like no matter how hard things get, just depend on yourself and stay motivated for sure.
Okay. And what would you say is one thing right now in the industry that hip hop is lacking?
Mm, I guess R&B. I've been seeing that.
Okay.
That's true. R&B for sure.
I can see that, yeah, because
Yeah,
even a lot of, I feel like a lot of the R&B that's out right now is still like borderline raunchy.
yeah.
Like back in the
Exactly.
day, we had just like that genuine R&B where they kind of kept
R&B
it a
that made
mystery.
making music for real.
Yeah, but
Real
nowadays they
self
just
titled.
saying it all. Like
Yeah,
they
we ain't
telling
got
you
that no more.
everything. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
bro, it's missing R&B, man. I wish I could sing because I would have bought it back, but sadly I can't sing. Hopefully we could find some artists that could bring it back for sure. And I don't mind if you an R&B artist watching this. Hey, I could be like Ja Rule or something, man. 50 Cent, hop on a R&B beat with you and go crazy. So
For
let's
sure.
let's expand for sure. I'm with it.
I, I love that. So, who are some people that inspired you as far as you told me some of them as far as like Cash Money, but being a little bit more diverse? who would you say? And not even just limiting it to artists. Like it could be people in your family or anybody.
I could say, Uncle P. You feel me? He taught me a lot growing up, and it helped my artistry. He always told me like one thing for sure, keep it real with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to follow anybody or be like anybody, try to figure out yourself and just roll with that. You know what I'm saying? So that for sure helped my craft because I don't try to sound like nobody. I don't try to, just because he rapping about strippers and this and that, I ain't gonna rap about strippers. I'm just trying to rap about what's going on in my day to day. So, I mean, for sure, shout out to Uncle P. He taught me that for sure. Another one. Hey, another one too. Anime, man, anime. I watch Naruto.
Okay.
A lot of life
Okay.
lessons. That. Like that's like kind of like what, like. But hey, if you watch anime, like it taught me a lot of life lessons, man. Like that's a subject for another day though. But yeah,
I love that.
things for sure.
So if me and you was going out of town on a trip, right, and I left my phone and I had to plug your phone in, what would be the top three artists that I would hear on your playlist?
Top three will be Young Taz, no no cap, Young Taz, and I say Kodak Black. For sure.
Okay. So
Yeah.
no cap, yourself, and Kodak. That's what we listening to.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
The whole ride.
Who are three artists that I would never see in your playlist?
Lil Pump.
Okay.
I don't really got a lot, but Lil Pump for sure, cause I just see too much weird stuff. I don't know him, but his music too. But honestly, I listen to a lot of music, so I can't even say that, cause you never know what you'll hear on my playlist. So
Yeah.
I like listening to different music that you never know what's gonna inspire you to write the next song. So just always keep it open minded.
Not to know. So do you like to travel?
Yeah, I like travel for sure.
Okay, so besides your phone, your wallet, and say your ID or your passport, what are like three items that you would have to have in your luggage?
My laptop for sure.
Okay.
Um, my luggage gotta have some THC. That's good. That's good to say, right?
You good.
And
Don't be giving them gems out though.
hey, I'm just saying. If you know, you know. Laptop, that, and I guess I could say my Nintendo. Yeah, leave
Okay,
my
you a
Nintendo too.
gamer.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
okay, I love that. Real quick, we're gonna go back to the music.
Okay.
What's something that you have out right now, or something that we should be on the lookout for, as far as projects or singles or videos, etc.?
I said, "Oh, you want to see me win? Oh, that's your real intentions." I just dropped intentions. It's a single and a video as well. It's on all platforms. Video out on YouTube, so that's a song you should definitely be on the lookout. We're gonna start pushing that really hard. I dropped that like last week, so about to start going crazy with that one. So attentions, look out for attentions for sure. Shot by Finco Visuals. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy. Gonna go crazy 2025. Trust.
I love that. Okay, and it's on all platforms.
Yeah, all platforms.
Okay, so that's what you're pushing right now, as far as like singles, performing, and stuff like that.
Intentions and members. Members too. That's my club song. You know what I'm saying? I've been going crazy in the club with members. Shout out, check out Low. My boy for sure. He went crazy on the track with me. So intentions and members, man. Look that up on all platforms. Won't be disappointed. Definitely gonna be a vibe, a head bopper for sure. So check that out.
How does the music scene differ from Orlando to Little Haiti to Atlanta? Like, I know you've been in a lot of different places and been able to have the luxury of seeing, just different platforms and different opportunities in different cities. So, how does that differ, and how do you adjust to that as you travel?
Um, Honestly, when you go to different cities, like I said, Orlando, my second home. I've been here for a lot. Like I get support in the city, but I feel like the more I travel to different cities, you get more support. And when you come back to your hometown, you get more support. When they see you in Atlanta, like I was in Atlanta, this right here is Authentic Empire. I was, you know, had dealings with them, like just doing little stuff. And in Miami, I'll be working with people in Miami. So when people from my city see that, that make them want to support me more. You know what I'm saying? And I realize that, so that make me realize, okay, a key to music, I feel like, is definitely networking.
I definitely think networking is a huge part of it and just being successful in general and just having your face
Yeah.
out. But as you continue to network and go through these rooms, this entertainment business is small. So you could constantly kind of see the same faces. And I'm
Hmm.
sure, you would have to come across these people again that maybe either burned you or that you didn't have good experiences with. So how do you handle that?
At the end of the day, I see it. Well, from the street, so that's business. It ain't nothing streetwise. So I mean, I keep business business. So
For sure. I agree with that. So, for anybody that's listening, watching, tapping in to hear a little bit more about you and learn more about Young Taz and who you are and what you do, what would you like for your fans, friends, supporters to know?
hey, I got a whole bunch of music dropping. I stopped making music for 2 years, and I apologize to myself for that and for whoever was supporting me for sure. But man, I'm focused now. I got a whole bunch of new music coming out. I got a few mixtape coming out, Renegade season, and I'm just staying focused. I'm trying to put the people I love in position, and that's what I'm gonna do music. I got a whole bunch of projects coming out, so that's really all I gotta say to them. And just know we going up for sure,
I
for sure.
love that. So, I'm definitely going to be having you send over one of your records for us to play actually right after this. So, what song are you
Okay.
going to be sending to me?
Intentions, because I know it gotta be a clean song. I only said two cuss words in that song. That's in the verse, and I was listening to the song this morning. I'm like, that's good. Like, I like, that's very
No,
good.
trust me. Even with us and what we do, right? Like I came from a different platform that
uh,
basically it was internet only, so it didn't have any FM attached to it. So we could say whatever we wanted to. It was like being
oh,
on Sirius XM. So like now I'm on this platform and it's like I'm trying to go back and recycle some of the old interviews and stuff. And my editor's like, yo, hang it up. You need to just do new interviews because y'all cussing too much in all those interviews. He's like, I can't edit none of that stuff. He's like, every other word is a cuss word. He's like,
that's
so y'all
real.
just have to do new content. So now on Sundays, I'm doing all my interviews, back to back.
Oh,
So
okay.
anybody that's watching, anybody that's listening, if y'all are looking to get an interview with us every Sunday, I'm doing them back to back to back starting at 12 o'clock. I try to get as many of them in for the day as I can so that we can get them all aired out for the next week. So, real quick, go ahead, Young Taz, and drop your song. Tell them what they're about to hear, and then we'll be right back, y'all.
Hey, it's Young Taz, and I'm about to play Intentions for y'all. I need to check this out all platforms for sure, for sure.
Y'all heard what he said. Young Taz with Intentions. It's your girl, Maura Ash, the Gumbo Show right here on B96 The Block. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Play that shit on TNT. Drum dummy. Hey, renegade. Slanging. Double K, cool killer. Yo, stat, man. Turn me on real quick. Yeah. Long live my soldiers. Show them. Oh, you wanna see me win? Oh, that's a real intention. Don't pass your measurement. We talk long extension. Baby, come and follow me. Ain't talking to the match. We move solid, gon' do a test. We boss out, we up investments. Oh, you wanna see me win? Oh, that's a real intention. Don't pass your measurement. We told long extensions. Baby, come and follow me. Ain't talking to the match. We move solid, gon' do a test. We boss out, we up investments. Show your real intentions. In the hood, count racks, yeah, I count blessings. Who I'm learning, babe, I'm learning all these different lessons. And niggas actors run out of characters like it's a long message. And that chopper met on bullets like it's all on sending. And I came in for a bad while I feel that tension. Envy me that jealousy, so I keep it distance. And you ain't talking money, please, or I'ma fucking listen. Please, or I'ma fucking listen. Yeah, I'm out the star, hard headed, I take cars. Pop a chat and I pop the car. Whatever it take, and I'll quit the tape. Early morning, we coming late. Scotty sleeping on 8th state. But 12 before 12 came, we came back with on rack cage. And we off a mission, I forgot to mention. Looking at the bands, cause I'm out your kind Frankins. And the crackers lurking, so you know I avoid attention. Just wanna see you lose, that's their real intention. Oh, you wanna see me win? Oh, that's a real intention. Don't pass your measurement. We talk long extension. Baby, come and follow me. Ain't talking to the match. We move solid, gon' do a test. We boss out, we up investments. Oh, you wanna see me win? Oh, that's a real intention. Don't pass your measurement. We told long extensions. Baby, come and follow me. Ain't talking to the match. We move solid, gon' do a test. We boss out, we up investments.
Okay, Scotty. Yeah. Pretty said double K, cool killer. Renegade. Long live my soldiers.
So we are back. I'm still here with Young Taaz this morning. We are chilling right here. We just heard Intentions. Who produced
Mhm.
that song?
Honestly, it was a YouTube producer. I do have my own producer. Shout out to 14K Dre, but that song was made about, like I said, right before I stopped doing music. So it was a YouTube producer. Can't even lie.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with artists getting YouTube beats. I tell my artists like I have an artist that he has some YouTube beats, but it's like as long as you can buy them and you can purchase them, and they're not like
Yeah,
constantly leasing them to a whole bunch of different people where different people are duplicating the same record. I don't
yeah,
think that there's anything really wrong with it, because you're still gonna own the rights to it, and as long as you copyright it and do all the things you're supposed to do, it'll still work out for you.
exactly.
I also think that sometimes YouTube beats are good for practice. So hypothetically, if you just want to stay creative and you feeling like writing and you find a beat that you like and you can write to it, then if you have a producer, you can always try to have them duplicate that beat or make it as close to that
Facts,
cadence or that sound that you had
facts.
so that you can continue to, you could take that music and copy and paste it onto another record. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. As far as the music industry is concerned, what's your preference as far as like staying independent and climbing this journey, or are you looking to be signed? Are you looking to get into a deal? What is your perspective on that?
Uh, yeah, I'm looking to be signed for sure. For the right reasons though, for just liberation and marketing purposes mainly. But I'm definitely looking to be signed because it definitely opens more doors because
Yeah.
they got way more resources in the label. I'm independent right now. I feel like I'm doing all right doing independent, but yeah, I'm definitely looking to be signed for sure.
Yeah. I feel like especially now in 2024, it's harder for artists to make music. I mean, make money from their music because of like the
Yeah,
ability to stream and all these different things. It takes away from the revenue, really,
yeah, it does.
But I
Yeah,
think in most cases, if you can get a decent deal that will put you in front of a larger market than what you were in front of before,
yeah,
that will help you with expanding your ultimate brand, getting people to just know you, getting you more visibility.
yeah,
Say it's like going into a military, right? Say if you did 4 years, in the military, you get your college degree, you get all your benefits.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So you just
facts.
look
Yeah,
at it from that
military, they take care of their
perspective.
people, man. That's what I'm
If
saying.
you use it for what it's worth, you know what I'm saying? So if you
Yeah,
take
for
a four
sure.
year contract and you take that money, you invest it into building your own independent brand, you
Yeah,
put it into your merch, put it into your, all the different things that you need to put it into. And then once you get out that deal, you'll have the stability and the comfort and the leverage to be able to be
exactly.
like, I'm about to do it myself. And then
Yeah,
you can
but
go
stay
independent.
independent. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah, that's the plan.
Uh,
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
so, what's one thing that you would say that you've learned just throughout your journey of life that you would pass down to your children?
Be independent, dependent on yourself. Be self sufficient. Think for yourself for sure.
Yeah. I had recently, this past Friday, I went to go see Damani T.I.'s son
I seen that
in
on YouTube.
concert.
I seen
And
that.
it's interesting, like to me, with his particular situation, because it's like a lot of people would think, like with him being Ti son, that this is easy for him, like
Mhm.
spoon fed type of a thing. Like it's people already, you got connects already, you should be able to get in this industry with flying colors and have no issues. But I kind of see it from a different angle, and I think that he may even have it harder than y'all because he's held to a different standard.
Yeah,
And not
I
only
can see
that,
that. I can see
not
that.
only that, I feel like the celebrities feel like he's entitled to something. So it makes it harder because you got to prove yourself two times. You got to prove
Yeah,
yourself to the people
yeah,
and you got to prove yourself to the people that's in the industry that already know who
industry.
you are.
Yeah,
So one thing that I'll say about him is like I noticed that the bulk of his money came from his merch. So once he got off the stage, he had like a long line of people like waiting for merch because he was like signing it and taking pictures with them if they bought something. So I think having the merch, and especially if you have a very unique style and you make it creative, that the merch can really bring you a lot of revenue.
yeah,
I see you got something on now, which
yeah.
is your shirt on now. So are you selling merch? Do you have a website for that? And how do your fans or followers tap in about the merch?
Not at the moment for the merch. I'm planning on getting that kick started by the end of January, 2025 for sure. But I'm just getting the logos and designs in place. So not
Hmm.
yet, but
It's coming.
yeah, it's coming. It's coming for sure.
I love that. So before we tap out, I just want to ask you a few little fun questions. Let the people know just a little bit more about yourself. What are 5 things that you would not be able to live without?
Um,
You need it every day.
every day, my THC. Yeah, again. Um, 5 things I will not be able to live without. Oh, that's crazy. Every day. That's a good question. Because what do I? My food.
Okay.
Um.
Food.
Oh, music for sure. Can't live without
Okay.
music. So that's three. Can I'm married, so I can't live without my wife. So she is,
Okay.
appreciate that. And
Absolutely.
number five is um, music, food. Uh, what's number five? I say okay again. My Nintendo, my
Okay.
birthday.
You got your Nintendo, you got your wife, you got your food, you got your THC, and you got your what was the last thing? Music. And you
Yeah,
got your music. So you good to go for a whole for life.
for life. I'm set.
that's
Shout out music. It's the world of sin.
that's what's up. That's what's up. What's your creative style like in the booth? Are you punching in? Are you coming ready to go? You going straight through? Like, what's your creative style like?
It's random, depending on how I feel when I'm in the studio, and depending on the beat. Because every beat different. Can't I feel
Yeah,
like
it's true.
you can't attack every beat the same because all of them are different, bro. So it's different. It really depends on the beat, honestly, in the
Yeah.
song. You know what I mean? So
Do you record? Do you like to record with the same engineer or producer, or does it matter?
yeah, no, I like to keep the
You
same
prefer
engineer.
to? Yeah.
Yeah, because I forgot who was talking about this. Somebody said this, but they said when you go with a new engineer, it's like trying to teach a baby, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's something like that. It's like you just start fresh over and over and over again, and I don't like that. Versus your engineer that you've been having for years, they know your sound, they know how, what you want to record, what you want to do next. They kind of get to know you, man. No shout out to DJ Stack man, Stacky Stack. That's my
Hey, shout
engineer.
out to DJ Stackman.
Yeah, man. For sure, that's my
Where he
engineer.
from?
He from Orlando.
Okay, so I'm from
Mm-hmm.
Florida.
From Orlando,
So
Florida.
what's the Florida showcasing like what's the opportunities like down there? Like,
In Florida,
yeah,
it's a lot of opportunities over here, man. Oh.
for
They
music,
have, huh?
for the music artists, like for the independent artists.
Yeah, for sure. They have a lot of artists showcase from Orlando, Tampa, Miami. I don't be knowing the exact names, but I just did one a few weeks ago, and it was kind of it was. I wish I knew the names so I could shout them out because it was different. It was like they hit me up to perform, and I thought it was just gonna be like a whole bunch of artists and not really a whole bunch of fans out there. But it was actually like a club scene, so it had regular people out there, and they were
Yeah,
just having people perform, which is like that's 100 times better because
yeah,
they
of course.
the network the people that just like music. You know what I'm saying? And I like doing that. They just want to find new
Hmm.
music. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. So the music scene down here is for sure something you can get into. And it's a lot of places, like I said, from Tally, Tampa, Miami, Orlando. There's 4 major cities right there. You can
Yeah,
get into
facts.
music scene is heavy.
Yeah, I was watching Rhythm and Flow, and they had a few artists from out there that I think auditioned and whatnot for the platform. So they definitely made it around. But I know Florida, like y'all be doing y'all thing. Like Florida got some artists that
Yeah,
that be
yeah,
popping for sure, for sure.
yeah.
So before we wrap this up, I would like to ask you 2 last questions. The first question I like to ask you is how do people collab, book you, tap in, get down with your movement type of a thing?
Just follow me on IG at only one T double A Z, only one Taz. Just shoot me a DM. Like I said, I'm independent right now, so you hit me direct, and I'm gonna respond direct. So that's the best way to get at me for anything: features, collabs, beats, you know, camera work, anything. So I'm with it.
And then I got 2 more, so I lied. But
You good?
my next one is what's a piece of advice that you can give to someone, say in the same situation as you, an independent artist up and coming, just trying to get their feet on the ground, get it running. What's some advice you got for 'em?
Two things, man. I always tell everybody. I feel like I learned from just watching, studying the game. You gotta stay consistent, man. Stay consistent and market yourself. That's the two major things. Because if you realize, if you're like, dang, I make better music than this guy, right? You hear somebody on the radio, you're like, I make better music than him. What's one thing he got over you? He probably stayed consistent. He probably got albums, mixtapes, singles out, and he been pushing it. So consistency is really key. It's
Yeah,
really key. And then once you're staying consistent, learn how to just market yourself. And I promise you, as an independent artist, I feel like it's gonna take you places. Because I already can see the support growing on my end. I see it actually working. You know what I'm saying? Like my YouTube views are going up weekly. People are following me weekly on Instagram. So I'm seeing it literally go up by numbers. Numbers don't lie. So I'm looking at it, and that's just me, hitting blog pages, running ads on my stuff. So like, just stay consistent and invest in yourself, market yourself. I think that's the two major things you got to do. Be serious
I
about your
love
craft.
it.
So,
Yeah, for sure. Even with me, with what I do, you know what I mean? It's hard, like being independent. I tell artists all the time, I'm just like y'all. I'm an independent media platform. The only
yeah,
thing that's different
yeah,
between me and our artists is the fact that y'all rap and I talk. You know what I mean? Like I'm on the mic too. You know what I mean? So I'm doing the
yeah,
same thing. But it's hard out here, like just trying to be um in visibility, I would say, like in the forefront and having people know who you are. And then you got to think, just like music right now, podcasting and stuff is starting to become very popular and starting to even have that stigma of being oversaturated as well. So
yeah,
it's definitely very important to be consistent, but it's also important to have a team, y'all. And we are accepting
yeah.
interns because I need some help. So while we on the topic of this, if you listening and you want to intern with us on the radio show, on the podcast, hit me up for sure. Gumbo Radio Show at Gmail. We are definitely looking for some help though, because we want to make sure that we're very successful and we want to have the right people in place that have a passion for it and want to do this. My last question is, how does Young Taz want to be remembered? And that's shout out to my co-host Naja, my husband as well, because that's his question, but he ain't here. So
Okay, for sure. I just want to be remembered as a person who motivates people. That's it. Through my music, through my actions. That's it. I just want to be somebody who they hear my name, be like, all right, he never gave up. He, did what he said he was gonna do with motivation. That's all he's about. Staying motivated and getting it done. So for sure, that's what I want to be remembered as.
I love that. Well, I really genuinely appreciate you today for being here, being a
Oh,
part of our
I appreciate you for
platform.
having me.
Always. And tell everybody one more time, just in case they missed it or if they're just tuning in right now, how they can find you, your social handles, and how they can find the music as well.
On IG, only one Taz, TAAZ. That's only one Taz. You can find me on all platforms at Young TAAZ, Young Taz, and that's it. That's how you get at me, man.
Well, y'all know it's all love right here with more Ash, Young Taz on the Gumbo Show. I want to thank him for catching all them curveballs early this morning. You know what I'm saying? You know how we
For
doing it.
sure.
It's your girl, Maura Ash, B96 The Block, of course, DJ Mohawk, Ali, Naja. We all in this thing, y'all. We'll be right back. We got to pay some bills.
Yo, good morning. It's your boy Young Taz. I'm locked in right now with the Gumbo Show, B96. Hey, lock in, man. Best morning show right now. Best upcoming morning show. I gotta lock in. I gotta tap in ASAP. ASAP.